Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome to today's YouTube video. If you haven't been here before, welcome. Go hit the subscribe button. And in today's episode, if you clicked on it because of the title, it is going to be the problems that I have with Tesla stock and Tesla as a company in general. We're going to be talking about all the things that I see as red flags within this company. Now, don't get me wrong. At the end of the day, I still do love this company. So I will also talk about some of the pros as well. And I am an investor, so I can't say I hate it or anything like that. But there are some red flags that I thought should be mentioned and talked about because everyone online is a Tesla bull and an Elon Musk fanboy. So without further ado, let's dive into the few problems that I see with Tesla. All right, welcome back. Long time no see. So if you haven't hit the like button yet, go smash that right away because it really does help out the channel and you'll get an unlimited supply of lifetime luck if you go and smash that. And if you've come here to see the problems that I have with Tesla, the number one issue I want to mention is something that has been on a lot of investors' minds. And the reason for this is because if you take a look at the graph, and I'm just going to show you here, the price of Tesla stock has increased dramatically over the last 3 years, and it's been an insane rally. The only other thing that I have seen comparative to this has been Bitcoin, especially when looking at the late 2017, early 2018 boom. That is the only thing that can compare to what Tesla is going through as of this moment. And if you're like me and a lot of other investors, you have probably seen your portfolio. If you own Tesla stock, your portfolio has probably doubled, tripled, quadrupled, 5x, in some cases even 10x in value over the last 2 to 3 years. And a lot of people would see that as a good thing, and I see that as a great thing. But for the sustainability of the stock price to keep going up is absolutely ridiculous, and we will likely see a big correction. Now, I know it's already dropped to 360 at a certain point, and I don't know if it'll go to 600 before it has a drop. I don't know if it will go to 1,000 before it has a drop again. But like I said, it's almost unsustainable at this point to see Tesla go up any more than it has in the last few years. So that actually makes it a very uncomfortable situation, especially if you own a lot of Tesla stock. Do you sell? Do you hold? Do you buy more? It can get very, very tricky and very messy when you're outweighing the pros and the cons. And one of the pros, honestly, is that I've seen Apple stock gain and gain and gain over the last 10 years, 12 years, 15 years, and it's been an incredible rally. It's at $2 trillion market cap as of today, and it's trading at an insane valuation. And the PE ratio isn't absolutely insane like it is for Tesla. Tesla's sitting at like 1,000 PE ratio. But my point is, I believe that Tesla is going to do the same thing that Apple has done in the last decade or so. And that means that the Tesla stock price is gonna go up and up and up for the next decade or 20, 30 years even. And I could definitely see a $1 and $2 and $5 trillion valuation in the next 10 and 20 years for Tesla. So that is my bullish case, but that doesn't mean that there isn't a correction coming. One of the serious cons, honestly, that might be seen as a pro is that everyone is overhyping Tesla. Everyone on the internet and even Tesla owners that I meet, they all have something positive to say about Tesla. Now, that might sound like a good thing, but what I've come to find out being in the market for about a decade now, anytime that you have hype in the market about a particular stock or a particular market or industry or anything like that, typically what happens soon after is the stock price that is being hyped up drops 40, 50, 60%. And we saw that in the overall broad market as soon as the pandemic hit. It dropped about 30% or 40% for some companies, even 90% for some companies. And a lot of local businesses got flushed out completely during this time. And so when everyone talks positively about Tesla and how great they're doing and how great they're going to do over the next few years and into the next few decades, that makes me skeptical as far as the short-term and mid-term price is concerned. I'm a realist and I'm a contrarian, so I like to see the opposite side. So when everyone is buying into the stock, I'm usually starting to sell. And that is why I've sold a decent part of my position. And that doesn't mean that I won't hold Tesla stock forever. I probably will, but that also doesn't mean that I'm going to be buying more right now. And because of the hype, another thing that's coming to Tesla that a lot of people aren't looking at is that there's competition lurking around every single corner. Now, Nikola isn't the best example because, as we know, they're going to be playing on a different level, and they have GM backing it, and they're mostly going towards hydrogen fuel cells and electric battery hybrids. But we do have to look at the Chinese company NIO, and we also have to be wary of another company called Lucid that is coming out with Lucid Air, Lucid Gravity, and all these other projects that are very similar to Tesla with similar price points, and in my opinion, either the same or even better technology. And we'll have to see what Tesla announces in the next few years because Lucid isn't out yet, but it is very interesting to see other competition coming into the market, especially because Tesla is becoming the lead dog in this race. Another thing I'd like to look at that I mentioned a little bit earlier is the price to earnings ratio that Tesla has, which is sitting at an ungodly 1,000. Even for a technology company or a power company, whatever you want to look at them, it is absolutely absurd. So that doesn't mean that they can't sustain that for, maybe another 6 months, maybe a year, but I don't think that they're gonna stay at 1,000 PE ratio. So they either need to ramp up production, they need to be making way more revenue, which I think they're doing, but that also means that their valuation should probably come down just a little bit. Maybe they should bring their PE ratio down to 200, 500, especially when we're talking about Apple, which doesn't even have 100 PE ratio currently. And they're a huge technology company. So that's why 1,000 doesn't really make sense for Tesla. Now, honestly, in the next 3 to 5 years, I do see Tesla getting to a $1 trillion market cap, and a lot of people have backed me up on this. Even Kathy Woods at ARK Invest, they also think that that market cap of $1 trillion is entirely possible in the next 3 to 5 years, and so do I. But that doesn't mean it doesn't come with a cost, right? In order to get there, Tesla will likely have to spend a lot of money to get there, which means they're not going to be as profitable in the next few years or so. So be careful if quarterly earnings start to deplete and people start panic selling, because I've noticed there's a lot of call options and a lot of people buying and selling out of fear or fear of missing out. So be careful, especially in the next few quarters as you're buying or selling Tesla stock. And I like to end on a positive note. So I do want to mention that Tesla and their battery sector has a ton of room for growth in the coming years. They're even building a factory, maybe specifically, they haven't really announced it too much, but might be for battery cell production, which is going to be huge, and they're building it in Texas. It could also have something to do with the Cybertruck. We will see, but overall, they have a lot of potential for growth. Now, like I said, it is going to come with a cost of having to put a lot of money back into the business and actually having to reinvest all their profits in the last few quarters, but that will lead them to create a lot more revenue in the next year, 2 years, 5 years, and even a decade or so. And hopefully that will help us out as investors, and hopefully we can make lots of money being in this stock. But there you have it. Those are my bearish views on Tesla in the short to medium term. Like I said, long term, I completely believe the company is going to go to great lengths to make sure their product is impeccable and they're going to make lots of money. I totally see that for the company, especially as long as Elon stays at the forefront of this company. But overall, there is always risk to any investment, and this is not financial advice, but I personally think that Tesla has a long way to go, and just because they don't look that great as far as stock price goes in the short term, that doesn't mean that they're not going to be able to innovate past their high and ridiculous PE ratio and create more revenue sources and absolutely dominate the competition. So we'll have to see in the next few years what ends up happening and playing out. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this video, and without further ado, don't forget to smash the like button and subscribe, and I wish you all the health, wealth, and happiness that your body can possibly muster, and I'll see you guys in the next episode. Peace out.